friends, welcome back to On a Stamp Page. It is the second week of the Scrap Hoarders Trio Week video hop. I don't know what to call it ever, but there's 3 weeks where we're doing this. Last week we talked about using scraps to make embellishments, which I am now going to use for this week. This week we are talking about how to use scraps to make tags and or bookmarks or whatever little tiny things. And this is what I've come up with. I love making bookmarks that are magnetic, like this, you can see, because they stay in the page. And I love having little bookmarky things for my planner. So what I did was I created these little elements, and then I'm going to use these as little bookmarks for my planner for different places. So I want to show you how I did this. And you know what I just realized? I haven't talked about the prizes. Let's take a break and talk about the prizes. There are grand prizes for this hop. We are giving away 3 different digital sets. Each digital set has papers and stamps that go with it. And these 3 sets will be given at the end of the 3 weeks. And we will be randomly choosing them from all of the comments on all of the blogs. So you need to make sure you are going through each hop, commenting on every single person's so that you have more chances to win. And then here on this channel, I am giving away these stamp sets. So these are stamp sets that I designed a long time ago and found when I was cleaning my craft room. That's been a journey, and the saga of that will come out soon too. But I'm going to be giving away one of these stamp sets for every 5 new subscribers I get, up to a total of 10, okay? Because I've got quite a few of these. This is the Beautiful You stamp set. It's got a bunch of different sentiments and then little flowers and elements to stamp around it. And I'm actually going to be using it in my tutorial today, okay? So subscribe so that you can also be entered into a chance for this. And I will also be picking my winners from comments as well. Okay, so with that in mind, let me show you what I created with my little embellishments that I made last week and with the stamp set from today. Like I said, I wanted to make some bookmarks for my planner, and I also started my 5 minutes in Photoshop tutorial, and I ended up making some cards that were square. And so I just took some regular card bases that I already had and I cut them, and I didn't want to get rid of these parts of the card because I was like, I can use that for something, and these are what I'm going to use it for. Now I also used a different kind of scrap for the background of this. If you can see the texture, yes indeed it is bubble wrap. Okay, this came in a package from one of my friends who sells paparazzi jewelry. So we're not only using scraps of paper and our embellishments made out of scraps, we're also using scraps of packaging to craft with. This is the embellishment that's going to be going on top of this. So I wanted to use some colors that kind of go with it, but that are kind of pastel. That's the word I'm looking for. So I've got this kiwi, I've got this pixie purple, and I've got this sea glass. All of these colors are from the Stamps of Life. I really love Stephanie's inks, and so I use them a lot. So I'm gonna actually start by stamping this green. Stamping with bubble wrap is really easy because you don't need to have any sort of clear mount or anything. You just ink up whatever you want. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see the ink on there? And you can do 1st generation stamping with this where you just click on there. You can also do 2nd generation stamping to get more of a distressed feel, which I kind of like. So do you see those 2 different 1st generation, 2nd generation? I kind of like that a lot. So I think I'm just gonna add a little bit more green. And oh, I just thought of something. How cool would this be for something that has to do with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Oh, that'd be so cool. I'm gonna rub this off because I'm gonna use the other side for my next color, but you could also clean it with like a baby wipe or with a stamp pad, whatever you want. And then let's fill in all of the gaps with the sea glass. And that is what it looks like with the different colors. So here it is with the one dark color. Here it is with the different colors with the first and second generation stamping. I am loving that. On this one, I also rounded the corners. So I'm gonna round the corners on this as well, just because I like to keep things semi-uniform when I'm using them for the same purpose. Both of these are gonna be used for my planner. And I'm gonna just set this one aside. I don't know if you can still see that or not, but that's kind of my little focus. And so this sentiment that I used says, be your own kind of beautiful. And for this one, I decided I was going to use the sentiment that just says, be beautiful. And these would make really fun gifts for a friend for, like, you know, with thinking of you, or if you're in a book club, make everybody a book club bookmark or whatever with just a nice little sentiment, because how fun would it be for your friend to open it up and see this sentiment about how beautiful they are that you made specifically for them to remind them how amazing they are. Like, I would love that. I would love to open my book and think of a friend who loved me enough to make me something. So let's go ahead and stamp this right on here. And the reason I'm stamping the sentiment, oh, that looks so good, before I add the element is because on this one, as you can see, the element's further down. But if I wanted this to be bigger, the element doesn't have to be this far down. It can be as far down as you need it to be. So doing that sentiment first is really gonna help. Oh my gosh, that looks beautiful. And now I wanna make a card like this, and I might just do that. Anyway, so now that I've got that done, I need to add my little element, which is gonna look so cute. As you can see, there's no tape coming out because I made sure that my pieces were small enough, okay? So now I have the bookmark part, and now I need to add the magnet in there so that these can be magnetized and stay in my planner more effectively. So what I have is this magnet strip that already has sticky on the back of it, and you don't need a lot because they're just going into my agenda. So I'm just gonna cut 2 small squares, and then the way that you put this in so that it will lay right on top of each other is you start by just taking one piece and you take off the backing. So we're gonna open up the bookmark, and I'm just gonna set that right in the middle and push it down, okay? And then I'm gonna take my other piece and just kind of let it lay wherever it's gonna lay, because it will not line up 100% perfectly. But what I want is for this to lay flat, not necessarily for these to be lined up perfectly. I'm gonna take off the back of that and then close this and push it down. And now I have a perfect magnetic bookmark. So that's all I have for you guys today. And again, if you want the option of winning this beautiful used stamp set, make sure that you subscribe and comment below. Don't forget to visit all of the other gals in the Scrap Hoarders Trio Hop this week and next week. We've still got one more week to go for your chance to win one of 3 digital prizes as well. That is all I have for you today, my friends. But until next time, hugs and happy stamping. Have a great day. Bye.